defending champion, two-time winner. There's a look out the back. Yes, oh boy.
Oh boy. And we won't speculate on what it is, certainly, until we know what it is. But there is a wisp of smoke coming out of the back of the 24 of the defending champion of this race, Jeff Gordon.
Dick Berggren.
Jeff Gordon is definitely having a smoking problem. His crew chief, Robbie Loomis, said they're going to leave him on the racetrack. They are not sure where the smoke is coming from. They are concerned that it might possibly be a leaking valve cover. That's a lengthy delay to try and fix that, or possibly a minor tire rub. They don't know what it is, but they are concerned here in Jeff Gordon's pit.
Well, he might not have a choice, Bill, because NASCAR will post him the next time around, and that means that he'll have to come into the pits. If they give him the black flag, put his number up on the board at the start-finish line, that means he'll have to come into the pits.
New crew chief for Gordon is Robbie Loomis this year. Up until January, he'd never drawn a paycheck from anyone other than the Petties, and he comes over to run this team in 2000, and Gordon is going to have to pit.
Boy, that's very dramatic. When you lose the draft on that front bunch, he'll be a lap down before he ever gets back on the racetrack.
Yeah, even if they just make a very quick pit stop, he'll be a lap down, but this might not be a quick pit stop, trying to find out where that smoke is coming from.
So here's Gordon, putting the car into neutral and rolling to a halt. Dick Berggren.
He is on pit road right now. They're going to start with tires, but it appears that there is some smoke coming from under the hood area of the race car as he keeps the engine at relatively high RPM. So far, changing tires is all they're going to do to it. No effort so far to open the hood. The NASCAR inspector says no, no, no. They're not going to let him go. They're going to, caution is out for oil on the racetrack.
Dale Jarrett leads them to the caution flag as we complete 33 laps of the Daytona 500. Bill Elliott, Rusty Wallace, Dale Earnhardt, and Mike Skinner. And this caution will be a break for Gordon as his team goes under the hood.
And for the guys that are out there that are having a little handling problems, now they can adjust on the cars and try to get them balanced where they can really get into the fight here. 3 cars have broken away, but it's a whole new ball game now.
Pit road is open. Looks like every driver will take this opportunity to come in, top off the tank with racing fuel, and get fresh tires. Top to bottom, left side of your screen, the leader, second and third place cars. Ralph?
Mike, the preseason for these pit crews was just a 2-tire change during the shootout. This is their first live action with a full pit stop. Dale Jarrett is very happy with the handling of his car. He's going to make a 1-pound air adjustment to the right front. 4 tires and fuel for him. That's all he's going to take. Dick Berggren?
Bill Elliott with a whole brand new pit crew. All these guys do is change tires and put fuel in this race car. They have been practicing all week. To Bill Elliott, to Bill Stevens.
Just a moment ago on the radio, Dale Earnhardt told his crew, I want a good solid pit stop. 4 tires, 2 cans of fuel. They'll be happy with that one.
Dale Jarrett leads them out. Pit stops continue here. All of the cars that are on the speedway, exception of Hermie Sadler, Ed Berry, or Kenny Wallace, rather all the cars are on the lead lap. Jeff Gordon will go a lap down as they come by, and his car sits behind the wall. Getting set for the restart at lap 36 of 200. Dale Jarrett, after speedy pit work, back in front.
Mike, there was even contact on pit road just a second ago as people were going out, and here comes Gordon back into the fight.
I hope they have that oil leak repaired, but he's lost several laps. In fact, he's down about 14 laps, the scoreboard is showing.
We'll check that when he comes around.
I don't think that's right.
And trips the scoring monitor. Kevin LePage makes an unscheduled pit stop at the end of this yellow flag. Dick Berggren?
Jeff Gordon is back on the racetrack. They found a broken fitting on an oil line, oil all over underneath that race car, but they've added some oil to it. He should be all right now, but not a threat to win this Daytona 500. Too many laps down.
The repair took 7 minutes and 12 seconds, and now that oil that leaked is being burned off. Hopefully that'll dissipate.
That's exactly what it is. Look at Earnhardt making a move there, trying to take over 3rd spot down the front straightaway. That 3 car is motoring, I tell you.
Martin had a great pit stop. He came out in 2nd place, right on the back bumper of DJ. Gordon lost 4 laps, I believe, in that excursion there, and thank goodness for the caution flag. That caused him to lose less than he would have.
Those green boxes show drivers that have gained a spot since the last time by. The red boxes, drivers that have lost one or more positions since the last lap.
Teammates working together as Dale Earnhardt takes over third spot. Mike Skinner, his teammate, right up behind him. They drafted by and took that spot away from Ward Burton.
Whole new ball game after this caution flag for oil on the track from Jeff Gordon's car. Trouble on pit road to the 75 of Wally Dallenbach trying to get out of his pit, which is all the way down toward turn 1. You'll see Dallenbach trying to get out in this box, trying to make that exit from the pits. And he and Matt Kenseth will get together.
And extensive damage done to the car of Wally Dallenbach on the right front. Now here it is again, right there as they start out of the pits. The black car is Dallenbach in car number 75. The hit already made there and extensive damage.
Here comes Earnhardt. You know, a week ago, that car was red from embarrassment after qualifying, and now it's red with rage racing to the front.
Well, Earnhardt always has a way. As you hear the old saying, the cream always rises to the top. Earnhardt is a master on this type of racetrack, and he also has something else. A teammate that's working with him right now, the 31 of Mike Skinner.
Both those cars owned by Richard Childress out of the shop in Welcome, North Carolina. And now, Mark Martin, number 6. And that Valvoline Ford's going to get some drafting help from Rusty Wallace in the 2.
Boy, that's a good help, too. Rusty Wallace has had one of the better cars for the whole race week here, and they're working together. It'll be tough for Earnhardt right now to pull away from those two.
Dale Jarrett's going to back off just a little bit to let those Fords catch up with him.
Let's ride with Mike Skinner, the Lowe's cam.
You can hear Mike Skinner have to get out of the throttle. He got the draft and moved up on Earnhardt. He had to feather out the throttle just a little bit to keep the draft like they had needed to really get maximum speed down the straightaway.
Rusty Wallace didn't quite get by Earnhardt. Now Ward Burton coming up there, number 22, might give him a shove, and does. Shoots Wallace up into third place. So Mark Martin has replaced Bill Elliott in that second position before the caution. Two of the same 3 cars are running up there, DJ and Rusty Wallace.
Yeah, Elliott's pit stop was not quite as quick as they like. He came in second and came back out of the half dozen. Bill?
With Kevin Hamlin, the crew chief for Dale Earnhardt. What's the difference between this car and the one we saw in the twin 125s that was lukewarm?
Well, we've done a lot of work since that 125. We got a little bit embarrassed. We're trying to work out the bugs of this new spring and shock package with this Jim Goodwrench Monte Carlo. I think we're gaining a little bit on it, but it's still going to be a battle today. It seemed like at the beginning there when the 3 Fords got lined up, 3 or 4 Chevrolets got lined up, and they couldn't do anything to catch them. But we'll keep tinkering with it all day and see what we can do. Hopefully this red Taz car will get us in victory lane.
I wouldn't bet against it. Terrell Shaheen.
Rusty Wallace's pit stop wasn't blistering fast either. These are the lug nuts that the crews go ahead and glue onto the tires using this glue right here, so when they make their stops, they're all set and ready to go. Well, one of these fell off on the left front tire, so Billy Wilburn had to take one out and put it on manually. The reason why they couldn't get away with it was a NASCAR official was standing right in their pit stall, Mike.
You want to make sure all 5 lugs are tight so they don't have a vibration on that wheel that could cause a serious problem. It bears noting that the Pontiacs, like number 43, John Andretti in the center of your screen, a carryover model from last year. The Ford Tauruses have a new nose and tail section, but otherwise they're much like last year's car. The Chevrolets, the Monte Carlo, is an all-new design for 2000, and coming to Daytona with an all-new design is like going to work in the morning in a brand-new pair of shoes. Until you get them worked in and get them comfortable, work on them a bit, scuff them a bit, they need some breaking in before they run well, and the Chevy teams have had all week to work on it, and they've done their homework. They've caught up to the Fords and the Pontiacs here. 43 laps complete in the Daytona 500.